What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all on analysisplayground.com, even on YouTube. The Lakers ended up losing again to have a terrible record and a terrible start to their season. They're 2-9, 0-5 away from LA. Even though they technically was in LA tonight playing against the Clippers, it was like a home game for them. Short travel, fun journey, but they ended up falling short to PG 13 and the Clippers. Anthony Davis, another decent game for him. 50% from the field, 9 to 16, 0-1 from 3, 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 3 turnovers, 5 personal fouls for him. That's why he was sitting on the bench early in the fourth quarter and the third quarter. He was a negative 10 in plus minus. This is a boring game for Anthony Davis. Didn't seem engaged, didn't seem locked in, didn't seem like that two-way player that they thought they was getting for multiple seasons when they traded for him and they gave him that extension. Just seemed like a totally different player after the championship. Same with LeBron James. Although he had 30, it was just a cool 30. The Clippers didn't really pressure him. They didn't really put no tough defense on him. They kind of just let him do his own thing, let him get in rhythm, let him take some easy shots. They was trailing so much this game that it didn't really matter what LeBron and AD did. It just kept them close enough to make it seem like they can take the game, but they can never put together a full run. They got outscored 21 to 38 in the first quarter. They tried to make a comeback in the second quarter, 31 to 16, but they ultimately just fell short. Didn't have enough people that could score and put the ball in the basket, and just didn't have that defensive intensity that was needed for them to be able to win. They got outscored 23 to 33 in the third quarter, and ultimately lost by 1 point in the fourth quarter, 26 to 27. And the score looks closer than it really was. But the Clippers was in command of this game from day one, from the jump, and they kept it real with the Lakers. We're better than you. We're deeper than you. We have more talent, especially when Kawhi Leonard returns. And the tides have turned in LA, and I can't wait to see them in a new arena, which I end up seeing how it looked watching the broadcast game tonight. But I also want to see what they do this season, and the return of Kawhi Leonard is no return date for him, which is unfortunate. But you gotta like the fact that the Clippers won a couple in a row, and they really hitting their stride offensively. I feel like they took a step back defensively tonight, but maybe it was just not being motivated. You don't want that to become a bad habit where it can be contagious throughout the season. You want to be playing the same way as much as you can to build consistency on both ends of the court. And I feel like the Clippers didn't really match the same energy that they had in Cleveland tonight against the Lakers, unfortunately. But Brown Jr. ended up having 14 points, 4 rebounds. He also was 2 of 6 from 3, 6 of 10 from the field, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, negative, 1. Patrick Beverly had a solid game, 7 points. He also had 4 assists, 1 steal. He had 5 personal fouls. It was a +3 and plus minus. 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 8 from the field. Austin Reeves was 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5. Just couldn't make a shot tonight. Literally the whole game. Really couldn't build that jump shot and that repetition tonight. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Even from the free throw line, he struggled. Also only had 9 rebounds, which was great for him and LeBron and AD. 1 assist, 8 points. Ryan, 0 points, -2 plus minus, 0-1 from the field. William Gabriel, 4 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1-1 from the field. Solid game for him. Juan Escano didn't really do much, 0 points. Also 0 points for Jones. 14 points for Westbrook off the bench. Had a pretty good game with the assists. 9 assists. Like I said, the Clippers didn't really defend well, and he took advantage of it. Known as a stat pattern throughout his career, I feel like he made some good decisions, but still was a -12 and plus minus. Still had 4 turnovers out of the 9 assists, 2 steals, 2 of 2 for the free throw line, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 6 of 15 from the field. Okay game for Westbrook. Kendrick Nunn was 0 of 4, 0 of 2 from the field. 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Had 3 assists, 0 points, -16 in plus minus. Christie again, -8. 3 points, 1 turnover, 5 rebounds, one from the free throw line. I mean, from the 3-point line. Just a bad game for him. The Lakers did shoot decent from the field. They didn't shoot that well from three again. Marcus Morris Sr., Marquise Morris Sr., 11 points for him. He had 4 personal fouls, but he was plus 12, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 1 assist, 8 rebounds, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line, 4 of 9 from the field. Zubac had a solid game in that paint. 10 points was a -8. 3 personal fouls, not that bad for him. 2 turnovers, 2 blocks. Also had a steal, 2 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 of 4 from the field. Reggie Jackson had a great game to me. 50% from the field. Didn't shoot well from three, but only took 2 shots, which didn't hurt them. 3 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers. Did get 5 fouls. They were very aggressive on him, but he still ended up with a +2. Paul George was MVP of the game to me. 29 points, +16. The tie with Terrence Mann with +16 for the team. He had 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He also had 2 blocks, which was great. 2 key ones, too. Also with the 1 steal, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. Also with 7 of 9 from the free throw line, which was great. 2 of 7 from three. Mostly got most of his buckets at the field goal percentage from the mid-range and layups and floaters. Was 10 of 17 from there. Luke Kennard had a solid game again. Back-to-back solid games for Luke Kennard coming back from injury. 13 points, +9 and plus minus. 1 personal foul, 1 steal, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line, 5 of 9 from the field. Nicholas Batum had a bad game compared to yesterday, but they didn't really need him to do much because the game was over, like I said, early, and they never really trailed after that. 2 points for him, 1 turnover, 6 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, all 1 from three, all 1 from the field. Dwight Powell, 5 of 10 from the field, solid game from the field. 2 of 5 from three, half of his shots was from three. 6 of 7 from the free throw line, great game attacking the rim and handling the ball, getting to his spots. 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, +4, 18 points total. Brown had 0 points, but he did have 1 rebound, and he was a +2 because of that. Only played 1 minute, though. John Wall had a solid game to me off the bench, even though he didn't shoot that well. Just his aggression and his patience. This was semi-balanced, had a good tempo to the game, really found guys, really slowed down the clock. Good game and time management for John Wall throughout the whole game. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight. 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from three, but he did get 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds. He had 6 assists to only 0 turnovers. Also had 2 steals in a block and was a +9. Only had 1 foul. Solid game for John Wall after taking the night off on Tuesday. Had an extra day. On Monday, had an extra day on Tuesday off and just really played more revigorated tonight. Terrence Mann had another solid game. 7 points, like I said, +16 and plus minus. 2 personal fouls, but had 2 assists, 1 steal. Also had 4 rebounds. He was 1 of 2 from three, 3 of 6 from the field. And Coffee, the last person that played, 0 points across the board because they only played 1 minute. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the free throw line, 76%. Not terrible, though, but they did shoot above average, 36%. You want to shoot 35 or above. They shot 36. And they shot 51% from the field. It's just another problem with the Lakers, just not having the urgency, the lack of it, not trying to defend, not really caring, not fighting, not playing with the care that they did. They always say the Lakers are a great defensive team, but that's just based off the numbers. They just seem so careless and so sapped. It seems like they just don't have the motivation that's needed to really be a championship team anymore. And the record shows that, and the defense has been dropping each and every game, and the scores is going up for the opponents, and it's just a bad look overall for a team that just was in the finals. Last year, they didn't even make the play-in tournament. Now they look like they might not make it again this year. And everybody kept telling me all year they still got LeBron, they still got AD. Well, last year they had LeBron and AD, and they both was injury prone. They both getting older, and they both been having injury problems since they joined the Lakers. And Anthony Davis had it his whole career. That's not a good thing. You look at the fact that they both injury prone the last 3 seasons, and the fact that they didn't even make the play-in tournament, and the fact that if they do get injured and they already got a bad record, it makes it tougher to make a comeback when you know your two key players can get injured anytime and miss significant time when you need to make a run for the playoff or a play-in spot to work your way back in. I don't look at this team as a threat. I don't look at this team as a dangerous team. I think they need a shake up. They need something to change now before it get too out of hand. It can be December and February or January, and their season can be over early just because they're just that terrible. And remember, they do not have a first round pick. They need a trade to shake things up significantly. I can't believe I'm saying that. We was looking at Rob Pelinka as a genius not that long ago after winning a title, getting LeBron and AD to join this team. The first pillar to fall was getting a superstar. The second one was getting somebody to play well with LeBron, and it was AD. They looked like the 1 and 2 in the NBA, the first and second best player in the league, and that was only 4 seasons ago. 4 seasons later, they missed the playoffs. And then last year they get put out in the first round by Phoenix 2 years ago. It's just an embarrassment and just a disgrace to fall from glory that fast. And they haven't had no significant game-changing injuries. They just been nagging small, minor injuries, and they just can't put together that run that they had in the bubble. Kind of made it forgettable. Kind of made it one of those championships, kind of like the Kawhi Leonard in Toronto, where you know they champions, you know they was great, you know they played well, they fit well, they got the job done, but it don't hold that much weight because they couldn't stay together. They couldn't make it multiple seasons of being dominant, and they ultimately just another team in the league that has two superstars, one of the best duos when you think about names, but when you think about play and think about style of play, they don't have a style of play. They don't have an identity. They don't have any defense that's been declining. And they just don't have the care and the passion that's needed to be a great team anymore. Maybe LeBron and AD getting tired of each other. Maybe they just don't feel like the Westbrook fit. Maybe they just need to get rid of both of them and just rebuild and get picks and try to start all over. And it's going to be hard and tough to do it, but the Lakers have did it with LeBron. They have did it even with Kobe. They did it with Shaq, and they did it with Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, and they even did it throughout the George Mikan eras. So I know they can do it again. It's just how long will it take for them to get back to championship glory. I know the Celtics were just in the finals last season a couple months ago. Let's see how long it might take for the Lakers to get back. Maybe they just need another center and another shooter to turn it around early. Well, that's a trade they need to make quicker, sooner than later. And I want to know if they will do it. Other than that, Quinn Wade Basketball Knowledge is signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the night. See you guys hopefully tomorrow.